Morning kids, Inverted Cow here. Just a quick little walkabout and show you how things are going. I'm kind of on the horns of a dilemma right now. I've got most things working, some things not working, a couple of quests started, and a few quests finished, and a couple of quests I haven't even looked at. So yeah, things are going. Behind me you'll see I've ran a pipe up the side of the old mob grinder. I'll show you about that in a bit. But let's take a look-see around and I'll show you what's happening. Alright, here we are behind the place. As you can see, I've started spawning some passive mobs. I've set up a small cactus and nether wart plantation, and I started putting in some of my fields and planting trees. Nothing major happening here yet. I haven't done any real renovations or anything back here. It's just getting started, just getting going. I've got a lot of variety of fruits and vegetables, and I haven't even started putting in gardens. I'm going to show you these two chests. These are full of seeds. This is from just having the sprinkler on the grass over in my tree farm, and the harvester just collecting everything. And I just go down every now and then. I'll break tall grass, and I have tons of this stuff, and yeah, that was me trying to sort it out and organize it. So let's take a look around at what we got going on down below. Oh, in case you happen to hear him, there's my little luggage guy. He's Gage the Third. Alright, here we're looking at the top of my dirt production. Basically, jungle saplings or jungle trees were producing vines and surplus oak saplings and whatnot, and shipping them over to this chest, pumping them into the barrels. Hoppers collect them out of the barrels and throw them into some machinery underground here. I'll show you that in a bit too. So far I'm still working with the barrels strictly for all my stuff. All the ME junk I've made. Oh, not this chest. There we go. All the ME junk I've made is still sitting here in this box, unused. I find it's too hard to incorporate properly into the system, and it's way resource heavy on a game where I'm having to be tight on resources. It's too heavy. So far I'm still manually making dust and whatnot, so I'm always pulverizing dust and throwing them into the machine. This hopper feeds directly into the shaker tables downstairs and pumps gravel from the sludge boiler right into the system. I'm going to automate a few more things. I have some of the materials from my mob farm come straight over here and pump into these barrels as well. As you can see, I'm not doing any upgrades on the barrels to really speak of. I'm just basically throwing them off. When they're full, I throw them off to the side, grab another barrel, throw it in the hole. The fish net, I haven't had any luck with enders. I only got one ender pearl, and normally I have enders spawning all over the place, and I haven't had any. So I haven't put any vacuum hoppers down here on this fish net. So periodically take a walk around and scoop up fish. Yes, eventually I'll put in some automatic fisheries and such as well. That's all piping and hassles that I don't have. Now some of these nets have just broken or disappeared. I don't know what happened to them, but it's no big deal. I'm getting some spider string in now, so that's working. I made the mistake. I put a single silkworm on my tree farm. My harvester couldn't keep up with all of the trees at the time. It was getting jammed up. And by the time I cleared the blockage, my tree farm was white. Um, and it took me about, well, it took me the better part of a day to break all the leaves because the harvester won't break silkworm leaves. So that was a lot of fun. As you can see, I'm working on planting wheat and lettuce. Both of these are for a quest. I need the wheat for a couple of quests for making bread in the Hell's Kitchen here. I have one for 1,000 toast, um, two for sandwiches that require bread. And I think the hearty breakfast requires bread. Now that's only 100 hearty breakfasts, so that's not too big of a deal. The lettuce, of course, I'm doing right now this leafy greens quest, and after I'm done that, I'm going to switch to these other. Probably going to switch to the surf and turf or the fast food one, which is why I'm collecting the fish. I haven't, as you can see, I haven't even looked at steel powered bees and trees or the magic quests yet. For the hoarding, I'm working on this one right now. Of course, the oak trees. I'm halfway done right now. This one is just, it's such a massive amount of wood, it's just ridiculous to do. When that's done, I'm probably going to work on pistons and a few of the other auto crafting ones. The dirt farm that I was working on is making the dirt, and this is not too big of a deal. It's only 100 quadruple compressed dirt. But it's on. It's got 2 cyclic assemblers going, and that's doing their thing. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of quests that I need to get into, and each one, it's just a matter of trying to decide what I'm going to attack next. Like I've got one for making oil from seed, and I'm starting to get a surplus of seed now, so it would be a good idea to get that one started. Let's go downstairs here. Come on down. Down, down, down. Okay, I made these 2 glacial precipitators and did the glacier quest that took about half an hour or so. Here I've already got double compressed dirt. This is just strictly from vines and saplings. Underneath the tree farm, it's all planters and pipes. So it's kind of a maze, and if I try to explain it all to you, I'd be here for 2 days. I've set this up. This is where I'm going to hook up the squeezer for the seeds, and any seeds that don't go into the planter will come out now. I've already got, let's check my inventory here, I've got 500 seeds. Basically, I just under 500 seeds left already, so it's good to get started. The reason I like the barrels rather than the ME is I just hook up a vanilla hopper to the barrel and I pump it into either a quest system or into processing, and it makes it a little easier to sort. This one here, of course, this is for the leafy greens. The other one there, that's for the trees, that sort of thing. These will come along. I mean, their quests are just ridiculous. The other thing I like about the barrels, I can use it as a filter. For example, this is my main supply line. Everything comes up and down this line. I decide I want lettuce seeds. I put the barrel with the lettuce seed filter on, and I put a line going off to the planters. These 2 planters get lettuce seeds. I'm going to wander over here. Okay, here we are at the base of the mob grinder. when I first started, I was getting a lot of those little petch guys, and they were dropping the mana beans. Um, I got overwhelmed in wisps, and they stopped dropping mana beans. I haven't had any additional ones since. Um, this is the wisp essence I had from all the wisps that were jamming up my system. And to deal with them, I actually put a couple of mob grinders up in the mob grinder on the top floor. That's what the pipe's for. I'm still getting the odd mob fall down, but not nearly as many as I should be getting, which is rather irritating. Um, that's just luggage jumping in here somewhere. Um, if you look inside here, normally you would see mobs falling all the time, and I don't have any, so I don't know what's going on with this thing. But I'm working on fixing it out, so we'll go take a look at the top. Okay, here we are on top of the mob grinder. I put a little crafting station. I brought up half a barrel of charcoal. I'm just powering it all with a couple of survivalist generators. I got another one under this collection of dirt or wood here. I raised the roof over here because I was trying to generate Endermen. Of course, I have a little problem, and that is there's no Enderman spawning inside this structure. In fact, nobody's spawning inside this structure. Just go with the edge here. I made these two little balconies off either side. The other side is pretty much exactly the same. It's just a simple grinder set up with pipes coming in and out. The inside of the mob grinder is 2 squares high, so this is killing everything that walks around inside here. I could probably do is drop this grinder down one more layer and be right on the ground level, but I don't think it would really make that much difference because I'm not getting a lot of hostiles in here at all. I came back here after I got a little bit of material, and I made another edge back here, and I fed in an auto spawner. I was hoping to throw just a standard safari net in here, but I need to make the pokeball, I guess is what they're called, or what most people call them. And then there's a grinder right on that balcony there, so these things would just spawn right in there. Again, I need 4 Enderman pearls for that, Ender pearls for that. And that's not a big deal, except I don't have the Ender pearls. I only have one. Not getting a lot of Ender spawns. Not getting a lot of mob spawns at all. This is, apart from the wisps that were in here, this has been probably the most unsuccessful grinder I've ever made. So there we have it, kids. Another quick walk around. I'm still trying to decide what quests I want to work on next, but most likely going to start with the seed oil and open up the bees quests, and that's going to mean I'm going to need to start putting a lot more terrain out behind the place. As for the Enderman problem, I'm probably going to have to just make a couple of pulverizers and start grinding cobblestone like mad. To do that, I'm also going to do a couple of the cobblestone based quests, and yeah, I think that's about it. So working on quests, that's all we're going to be doing for the next little bit. Talk to y'all later, kids.